Hi Jacob, this is Rebecca with your assignment 2 Creepshow critique. So I understand that this may not have been your forte, but I really appreciate that you did a lot of experimenting and really tried to come up with some creepy stuff. So let's get into this. I'm going to zoom in so we can talk about the first image. Yeah, I mean, if you're walking through a creepy forest, you're going to run into a zombie ghost. I mean, it's just what happens. So I think this was a really great image. It's really interesting, and all the discoloration that you did and making the sky red above it is really cool. The only thing is the zombie, I just don't think that the proportion is right. Like if it's going to be this size, then it should be closer in the foreground here. If it's coming from back here, I think it needs to be much smaller. So I would just, change the placement of the zombie or change the scale of the zombie. Other than that, maybe make it a little bit more transparent so that it's not quite so white. But the whiteness does help to draw our eye to it. It gets our attention. I just think that it just looks too pasted. If it's more transparent, if you change the opacity, it'll look more part of the image. This house is really creepy. And I like this whole video game aspect of it, especially, this little mushroom guy. And, this is how video games are now. Like when you get hit, you see this blood come up in front of you. And, I'm happy that you were experimenting with brushes. The only thing is I think that I would have liked to see, instead of a bunch of little brush spots, like one big bloody mark in the middle, like you got shot right in the forehead or something. I don't know, maybe I'm just too morbid, but I just think it would bring that idea home a little bit more. I can't tell what exactly is going on over here with this green part and these little footprints here. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of kind of random stuff. But other than that, the contrast is good in this image, and it was a really great house to choose for this. This image has turned out really nice. I like the bloody handprint. I like these creepy tombstones. The noose is a nice addition. I think that this hand, it might be better kind of coming out of the ground by a tombstone. Either that or being a lot larger in the foreground, like it's going to get your face. So if you move it back over by a tombstone, then you're going to want to make the scale smaller. Make sure it's coming out of the ground where the arm would come out of the ground if there was a body laying here, and that pay attention to where the grave would be. It wouldn't be straight out this way, that kind of thing. But if you have it coming out in the foreground, if you want to just make it bigger, go for it. Make it big. Have that thing get you. Other than that, like I said, I appreciate that you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone and really tried a bunch of different stuff and showed me what you learned before this critique. So great job.